What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another mukbang video. Today I am eating this acai bowl from Trader Joe's. They're bomb, by the way. I totally recommend hitting up your Trader Joe's and picking that up if you feel like eating healthy. And I feel like I should be eating healthy because I've been eating like crap, as always, but even extra now that we've been quarantined. So I'm just gonna eat this and talk about, as it says in the title, current Netflix original TV series, whether it's like an actual TV show or like a docu-series. I'm gonna be rating them on a scale of 1 to 5. So yeah, we'll just get right into this video. By the way, I'm not gonna put any spoilers for any of these shows in this video. So if you haven't watched any of the shows I'm gonna talk about, don't worry, I'm not gonna ruin it for you or put any spoilers or anything like that. I'm just gonna rate it based on how I feel after watching it. Alright, I'll start with Tiger King since that's what everybody's been talking about like for the past week. That seems to be like the #1 show that everyone is binging right now. So if you don't know, Tiger King is a docu-series that just came out on Netflix. I want to say a couple weeks ago now, and it really picked up, and I think it became like one of the top shows in the country out of Netflix right now, so everybody's talking about it, everybody's watching it. So for Tiger King, let's just see. If you haven't heard of Tiger King and what people are saying about it, then where have you been? A lot of people have been saying that Tiger King is chaotic and like absolutely nuts, and that is correct. I totally agree. Tiger King is wild, y'all, like wild. But the way that it was produced, I feel, the way they produced it made it so like capturing and like you want to keep watching the next episode. It was just very interesting. There was a lot of parts to it. It could get very chaotic, but it actually makes it appealing, if that makes sense. Like, they just made it work. And I think, like, the characters that they decided to talk about in the video, in the documentary, like, it highlights 3 different, like, tiger people, like, jungle people, I guess you would say, cat people, like, big cats. And they all hold their own different, like, either preservation or zoo that have big cats in them. It focuses on 3 main people. The 3 main people that the show highlights totally made the show 10 times better because they were just so interesting, and then there was just so many like different twists and turns that kept coming out about them, about their lives individually. So that's why I thought it was really good. I watched all of it. I finished it. I want to say there's like 7 or 8 episodes in the whole docuseries. And it gets pretty intense, and it does get dark towards the end. They could take like a dark turn, but it is very interesting. And this is not a spoiler, so don't get mad at me. But if y'all wondering where I stand on the whole like whose side am I on type thing, definitely Carol Baskin definitely did what she was accused of doing, I feel. Like all of it. I feel like she did it, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to give too much away, but another point that a lot of people are making too is that all of the people that are on this docuseries do kind of suck. Like I think they're all horrible people. Well, as I was watching it, I was just like, is there anyone on this series that is like good, like the hero, made out to be the hero on this docuseries? But no, there wasn't. And I know a lot of people voice their concerns, like, yes, it still highlights animal abuse. So from my opinion on that, I think that is I'm glad Netflix released this because it is an important topic that should be addressed. And I love tigers. Like, I think tigers are my favorite, like wild animal, I guess you should say. Like, I would love to have a baby tiger as a pet, not gonna lie, but I know you can't. And I know they're going extinct. And just all the stuff that's been coming up and coming out of these 3 people, and others like across the country and even across the world who have like abused tigers and done like a lot of illegal activity. Yeah, that's just I feel like they're all horrible people, and I think that Netflix did a good job getting people to talk about this topic again because it is important. Animal abuse is a real thing, and a lot of people don't really talk about animal abuse in like wild animals. A lot of people just talk about like dogs and cats and like house pets getting abused, but even I've forgotten that wild animals get abused too all the time. And I do think that they don't belong in zoos or cages. I feel like we should just leave them alone. Even these natural preservations that people people think they are saving these animals by. I don't know. I still think it's kind of a scam and that they're just getting people's money by exploiting these wild animals, and that's not right, obviously. So as for my rating of Tiger King, I would give it a solid 8. The reason I didn't give it a 10, even though I kind of want to, is because it does get dark and there are a lot of sensitivities like that come out of the show. Like people could really get triggered by certain things that are talked about in the show, and like just people could be really sensitive to it. So there are definitely funny and interesting parts, but there's a lot of dark stuff that come up. A lot of creepy things too are addressed in this docuseries, so that's why I would give it an 8. It's hard to talk while eating this because of the granolas and stuff. But the next show I want to talk about is On My Block. It came out with its 3rd season about a month ago. Overall, the 3rd season was pretty good. I did like the storylines better in seasons 1 and 2. But overall, I think it is a good series. It's interesting. The characters are interesting and funny at times. Yes, I'm one of those people who think Caesar is hot. Like, he's so hot. And I'm also one of those people that think Monse is... I don't know, her character is so overrated. Like, they could have done better with casting for Monse. Or maybe just Monse's personality. I don't know. It's just, she doesn't do anything for me. Even though she's supposed to be, like, the main, like, character. I would give it a 7 because the acting itself is okay. Like, because it is a scripted series. The acting itself is... The actors itself, like, they could have done better. But there are a lot of, like, funny moments that happen that I think make the show more interesting. Especially, like, the comic relief, like, dialogue and the scenes and all that. But the storylines could have been better, especially for season 3. And I hope there's a season 4 coming because season 3 kind of ended with a lot of unanswered questions and stuff like that. So I hope season 4 will come out. But I would watch season 4. It is a good show. So I would recommend watching On My Block. This ties into the next show I'm going to talk about, which is Gentafied. This is another Netflix original scripted series, and it's about a family that owns a taco stand in East LA, and it talks about their family struggles of the town becoming gentrified, and like their business is in jeopardy of being bought by property owners and turned it into like condos or something like that. So their family-owned like taco stand is in jeopardy of going out of business. So it kind of follows the family and like that. I would give this show, I guess, a 5. Only because the storyline is really good. Like when you first read about like what the storyline is about, it became interesting to me. However, the acting was not up to par. Like the acting could have done way, way better. I think the acting actually makes it kind of not as interesting to watch. Like my attention hasn't been captured. I didn't even finish it yet. I'm like in the middle of it. I want to say there's 10 episodes and I guess I'm on like episode 4 or 5. Nothing is really making me want to watch like the next episode. Because the characters and the acting is really not that good. They could have done so much better considering how good the storyline is. So that's why I give it a 5. And it's kind of similar to On My... sorry. It's kind of similar to On My Block because On My Block talks about like a group of 4 teenagers who are growing up in East LA, and it talks about just their lives growing up in that kind of like neighborhood, and gangs are involved and stuff like that. So it kind of similar type of storylines. That's why it's easy to compare the two. But if you ask me which one I would rather watch, like which show is better, I would say On My Block is better than Gentafied. Before y'all freak out about that cough, I just want to remind y'all that it is allergy season as well. So just keep that in mind. That's also why I have my glasses on. I've been having my glasses on lately a lot. I haven't really been using my contacts because I also want to save my contacts, but also my eyes do get irritated during allergy season. If you know, you know. But anyway, the next show I want to talk about is Ozark, which also recently just came out, the third season, I think. I really don't know because it's actually funny. My parents watched that show and they've been watching since the beginning. And I think the third season came out. So they were all excited about that. They were watching it. And I just decided it was on, so I just sat down and watched it with them for most of it. I wasn't really paying attention towards the beginning because I've never seen this show. But I've never seen seasons 1 and 2 either. So I just came into this show blind this season, and obviously I didn't know a lot of stuff that went on in the past, but it seems like a very crazy show type thing, and it is very dark. There's a lot of violence, so if you're into that, you would probably like this show. I don't even know how to describe what it's about. I guess it's like this family that works for a drug cartel. I don't know. It gets messy. Like things happen, and it's called Ozark because they're near the Ozark, like wherever that is in the Midwest somewhere. Sorry, I don't know. I don't exactly know, but I know it's in like the Midwest, like Arkansas, Missouri type area. And just a lot of crazy stuff happen. It's kind of hard to keep up because a lot of stuff happened. It's one of those shows where so many things happen in one episode that you definitely need to do a recap like every time you go and watch it. So I would give this show, I guess, I would give this show probably a 4. Oh no, that sounds mean. I would probably give it a 6, only because the acting is really good. I like the characters, even though didn't know much about them. I didn't even know much about the story, and there were funny parts. It's just that it's not my type of show. Like I'm not into, like, I don't know, just the type of show that is like really violent and like involving drug business, like cartels type shows. Like I never watched Narcos. I never watched what's the other one with the drugs? I forget. I did watch Breaking Bad though. Breaking Bad was fire. I think nothing compares to Breaking Bad, but whatever. So it's not my type of show, but I did find it interesting and it was funny and the characters were good. The acting was good. So that's why I'll give it a 6. It is a very more dark and violent centered show. So yeah, just keep that in mind. The ending of Ozark was crazy, by the way. Like, of this season, the final scene in the last episode of the season was nuts. So, and it definitely ended with a cliffhanger as well. So, I would watch season 4. That's what got me like hooked. That's what captured me into watching the next season whenever it comes out. The last Netflix original show that I wanted to talk about that came out, I want to say a couple months ago, like early February. Maybe January, who knows. I watched in February, is The Circle. And I love this show. I finished it in like 2 days, not even, like a day and a half. There's only 10 episodes, and I was watching in the middle of the week. But it was good. It kept making me want to watch the next episode. I didn't think I was gonna like this type of show either because it has that kind of like format of like Big Brother type show, and like, I don't know, it reminded me of Big Brother. I don't know why. I guess the way it was set up. But basically it's like a reality show. It's like a reality show contest, and everything is on social media. The contestants will never meet each other face to face. They only know each other through like online, through the screen. It's just very interesting. I didn't think I would really like it, but it was really, really good, guys. Like, so good. I would totally recommend watching that. I think it's my favorite show out of all the ones that I talked about. even over Tiger King. I would give The Circle a 10. It was good. It kept me interested, and the people themselves, like the contestants, were also interesting. You either I didn't really have an issue with any of them. I didn't think any of them were that annoying. I feel like all of the characters were likable in their own ways. My personal favorites were Sammy and Shuby. Those were my top two favorites of the show. And at the end, there is a winner, and they do all meet each other face to face, like towards the end of the season. So that's when it gets even more interesting, like, because there are a couple catfishes on the show. Like, they present themselves as a different person online, and nobody knows but the audience. I think it's already out that they made a circle, but it's in Brazil now, and I think it's in Portuguese, but like obviously you could put the English subtitles. I'll definitely check it out. Definitely see what that's about. Also, for shows that and docuseries that I still need to watch, I still need to watch the trials of Gabriel Fernandez. I've been putting it on my list for so long, and I know it's like I'm kind of late to the game, but yeah, I definitely, that's on my next to watch. So if you already watched that, just comment below like what you think of it, or if you watch any of these shows, make sure to comment below and think of your thoughts on it. I hope I didn't give anything away. I don't think I did. And did I rate The Circle? I think The Circle, I would give it a 10 out of 10. Favorite show out of all the shows that I talked about. But yeah, that is it, you guys. I didn't really eat in this video. I'm sorry. It was hard to eat my acai bowl without like crunching so hard. I didn't want it to become an ASMR video. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you all are staying safe, washing your hands, practicing social distancing. We will get through this, guys. Just keep positive and binge all your favorite shows. Check out these shows on Netflix. They're coming up. They're stepping up the game and putting out hella content for people to watch. So definitely check Netflix out. Check out Netflix Party if you haven't done that yet. Look it up if you don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See y'all in my next video.